Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be setting up our MySQL database for our WHMCS installation. Now, this is required for WHMCS, even on a local development environment. So let's go ahead and minimize our browser right here, and we'll get started with our WHMCS database. So what we need to do is leave our server running right here, and we need to start the MySQL service right here. And I'm going to tick mine for private networks only and allow access. And once this is running, what we can go ahead and do is click the admin button right here. This will open up a web page with the local host in a phpMyAdmin window. And what we want to go ahead and do is create a new database. First things first, we need to name our database. I'm just going to call it WHMCS and then click create. And it should automatically put us in the WHMCS directory right here. And the next thing we need to do is create a user so we can log in. So let's go over to privileges. And let's add a new user. I'm just going to call it admin. So admin, and the host name will be local. I'm just going to set a really basic password. You can basically make this anything you want. On a local server, it doesn't matter too much, but if you're doing this for production purposes, then you make sure you want a strong password. And then after this, I'm just going to grant global privileges. So check all right here. And then after we've done that, make sure all the privileges are checked and just click go. And now we've created our admin account for our local database for WHMCS. So we're almost there. Now we can go back over to our IronCube tab, and we don't actually need this page anymore. So if we just go to localhost and the directory that WHMCS is installed in, for me it was billing. But yours might just be /WHMCS. Then it will welcome you to WHMCS, and you'll get this installation prompt right here. It says before you can begin using WHMCS, you need to perform an installation procedure. So click here to begin. And there we go, it's going to start installing. If you get an error right here, what you need to do is you need to go to the WHMCS installation directory and find the install folder right here. So for me, it would be billing/install/install.php. So once we're there, we can go ahead and click enter and then agree to the terms of service for WHMCS. And it's going to check that you meet the system requirements, and then we can begin installing. So getting to this step can be a pain, because sometimes you'll get an issue where it says you need to delete an installations folder as part of a security procedure. If you get that error, just come to the exact URL, the install.php file. If you need more help with that, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to help you out. So right now, you need to enter your development license key and then connect to our database. So I have my development license key on hand, and I got mine from submitting a ticket to WHMCS. You do need an active license with them that you're using for production. So that's the only way to get the key. But if you have the key, then that's fine. If you don't, you will have to go and submit a ticket to WHMCS. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my credentials right here and then click continue. The first thing I'm going to do is put my license key in. And then I'm going to enter my database credentials that we just created. So the database host is localhost. The database port was unchanged, so we'll leave it at 3306. The database username was admin, and the password that I entered, and the database name was WHMCS, as we remember right here. So once that's all correct, we can click continue. And there we go. We're through to the next step. So it initialized the connection to our database, and we should be good to go now. So now we can just enter in our first user credentials. So I'm just going to enter in some test information. So I'll say test user test at test.com. Username will be admin. Password will be a generic password, and I will confirm the generic password, and then I'll click complete setup, and we should be good to go. So the installation has completed successfully. Now the next main step we want to do is setting up our cron jobs in Windows. And it took me a lot of research to figure out how to do this, but I think I got it down pretty well right now. So I'm going to do that in the next video. If you guys want to know how to set up cron jobs, please stay tuned and you'll find out in the next video. But I'm just going to prove to you that WHMCS is now installed. So we can go to the admin area right here. And now you'll get a security warning. So what we need to do now is go back to File Explorer, go to this PC, C drive, XAMPP, HDDocs, billing, and we will actually need to delete the install folder right here. So if we right click and delete that, we no longer need it because WHMCS is installed. So if we go ahead and refresh this right now, this warning should go away. Once the warning's gone, you'll basically be able to use WHMCS just like you can on a real production server. So there we go. You will have this notification saying it's a dev use of the license, but that's fine. You can basically use it however you would use it normally. It doesn't actually affect anything. Just be sure never to use this license on a production server because it can get you in trouble. But apart from that, we have WHMCS installed and we have it set up with our local database. So if you want to know more about cron jobs and how to set those up, then be sure to stay tuned for the next video.